Alright, what's going on? So welcome to another video. Hopefully in this video I plan on getting the seat bolted down in its final location, as well as the steering wheel stuff and the roll cage. Hopefully prepared to be welded in. So I just got some steering wheel accessories. Got the Energy short hub. Actually, I think this is the short hub. And then got a quick release. So just kind of open this up for you. Here's the quick release. Pretty nice. Got that one off Amazon. That was the cheapest price. And then here's the short hub to fit the Datsun. This was about $100. Pretty expensive, but you got to have it. So yeah, you can see it's pretty short there, so because you definitely don't want the steering wheel coming out to your chest too much. And then these are my seat brackets that I got from Summit, and I will basically show you how I plan on using them. So you can make them as either a C design, well, how does it go? Something like, so this would be the Z design. So you can bolt the seat up like that, or like this. So on one side I plan on doing the design like this, and the other side I'm going to need to do it like this. And it's also got these holes here, so you can adjust the seat up and down. I'll show you later, but you can adjust the seat up and down with these seat brackets. So first things first, I need to go ahead and get the dash in, put the seat in, get the steering wheel stuff on, and go from there. So alright, so got everything back in, got the short hub adapter and then the quick release on there, and I don't have a wheel yet, so I've got this just generic one that's pretty much like it. It doesn't bolt up though, so whenever I sit in the car I put this up there, kind of get a feel where it's at. But I just got done making these seat brackets to be able to bolt the seat in. So you can see here that it's the C design, and then here is the Z design. So it goes up over, makes a Z because of the angle on the floor pan. That's why I needed it to come over a bit. So these are bolted in, and it's quite a bit tilted back. And I took the padding out of the seat because I think I'm going to get a smaller pad, because these pads are just I mean, look how much padding that is. That's just too much. Puts my head too close to the roof. So now I'm going to go ahead and start putting the cage back in and seeing where I can get that to fit. Alright, time for a little update here. So I did get the cage put in, and I've got it placed in basically the best position possible. So you can see that it's basically as close as it can get to the top back there. I mean, just like the gap right here, and it's really as close to the roof as you can get. So it's a 15-degree angle backwards on both sides. I used my phone to get it right. So I got it marked and everything, and as you probably just saw, I pretty well got this strut bar done. So I've just got a magnet holding on there for now, but it is all notched and in the best location I can get it. So it's all cut, and let me tell you, it took a long time to do that since I don't have a lot of cage building tools. I mean, I had to use the chop saw, but the chop saw only goes up to a 45-degree angle, and here's the one I'm working on now. That's a lot more than 45 degrees, so I've had to use like a grinder and do the best I can, which it turned out pretty good. And there's another view of it. It's not exactly at the top of the hoop, but it's close enough. It's going to be fine because in the Datsun it's got that like roof support there, so that's kind of in the way. Let me give you a better angle of it. So the roof is up a little taller than, see, like, I don't know, you can't barely see it, but this blue here is lower than where that's at. So doing the best I can. So I'm trying to get this flattened down, because also another kind of, I don't know, how would you say, not problem, but thing I'm trying to get it to work right is that these strut towers are at a bit of an angle. So I can't just do a nice chop saw cut. The backside of the backside of the pole has to be shaved a little bit more to allow the front to sit down. So, man, building roll cage is tough and definitely a learning experience. So it's getting there. All right, so the bars are finally in the final place, in the best spot. They fit really nice, both symmetrical on each side. Measured them, made sure the cage was in the right spot. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to tack them in place while they're sitting in the car. So I'll probably put just a tack up in there and then just one up here on the inside. It's dark, but yeah, I'm going to get it tacked, and then I'll be able to pull the cage out of the car, and it's going to stay that shape. So that's kind of, I mean, the bars, they should always go back to that spot. It's going to keep the angle of the cage for me while I start building the harness bar from side to side. And I kind of already just put a little line there because I've had the seat in there, and I kind of picked the best location for the bar. So I'm going to start building that next, but it'll be easier to do that outside the car. So I'll tack these in and then pull it out. All right, so I got the bars tacked in. Just 3 tacks on each one. So now I don't have to have the magnet back there anymore, and I could probably take these off, but I just left them there. But what I did was I got a broomstick and kind of used that as my harness bar, because the actual pipe is pretty heavy and it's just me, so needed something light. And I can't get a bar to fit in there yet, so a broomstick works the best. Now I went ahead and of course I need that to be level. Excuse me. And there's a little bit subtle differences in the height of the roll cage. I mean, it's just gonna happen. I mean, not anything noticeable, but I've got this the level here. So let's see if I can do this with one hand. So it shows, okay, of course, it shows 1 to 0, and if I put this here, this is hilarious. Okay, 1 to 0, so it's more towards the 1, -1, so they're both even. The car's not perfectly level, it's 1 degree off, but it is what it is. They're both matching now, so it's gonna work. And I also measured from the took a tape measure and measured from there up, and it was like 19 and 1/4 on both sides. So I measured it, and then probably can't see it because of the sun back there, but if you just take your eyes and you kind of like look and pick out 2 spots. So I did, I kind of looked at where the taillights would go, and from here they look like they're, well, it just depends, you can't see it on camera, but you just pick out a location on both sides, and it looked like they're both like this much off or away, both the same. So it's even to me, so I'm going to go ahead and mark it, and then I'll pull the cage out and start fabbing up the harness bar, try to get to fit in there. All right, so got the cage out of the car. Time to go ahead and start getting this bar here cut to size. So let's see if I can hold it up here. So there it is. It's a little bit long on that side, and this side is already notched. So this fits on there pretty good. But I just got to be able to replicate it on the other side, which is going to be a little tough because, you know, I'm going to have to cut it long and then notch it and keep shaving it down, because you don't want to cut it too short, and then it won't work at all. So alright, so quick update here. Got the harness bar in. Got it all notched on both sides. Looks good. Ready to be welded. And it's all level. So you can see I used my phone a little bit. But what worked the best was I put this bar back here on both strut towers. And then you just kind of eyeball it. And see they're both parallel with each other. So that's one way to eye it up. So it's level, so I'm going to go ahead and tack it in a few places on the other side too, and then start designing the X-bar.
Well, I checked the part on the golf cart. Good there, so when I get on the nice little bag, it's over 24. Here, look.
Alright, so I got this pipe here kind of mocked up. I got this piece kind of mocked up. This is going to be the X one, the X bar, top of the driver's side down to the lower passenger. I've kind of got a little line drawn there, but it's pretty much what it's going to look like. Kind of more like that, but I'm about ready to cut that line, give myself plenty of room to shave it down if I need to. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut. Alright, so quite a bit of grinding later. I've got a pretty decent angle here. I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So I got a piece of tape so I can bring it back to the same spot every single time. And then up at the top as well. Of course there's some overhang, and then this part up here looks really nice and tight up in there, but I do have a little bit of gap up here from the because that top part was already notched before, so I wanted to use it to give me a starting point. So that back side is notched, so I just need to go ahead and make it just a little bit bigger to take care of that gap there. So I'll just grind a little bit more away. Alright, so it's been a little bit here. In the last clip you saw that I was trying to get that piece shaved down a little bit more to get it to fit. Well, I got quite a bit more done. I got it fitted up there. It's just duct taped right now. But yeah, you can see it fits pretty well down there. Got that all notched. So this is kind of what it looks like in the car. I got a piece of tape right there. I think you saw that last time, but so I could keep the line nice and even. So I put it in the car because I wanted to make sure that the passenger seat harnesses were going to come straight back and have a nice resting area on the bar here. So you can see that there's a good amount of room right in here. I didn't want to have this bar too far over, and then like it was going to be like kind of on the bar partially. That would not have been good. So I put it in there just to make sure there was going to be plenty of room, which there is. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the cage out and start getting this area finished. So yeah, there's what it looks like. Get the cage pulled out, get that done, and then honestly it's ready to be welded in. And I'm gonna have my friend come over, weld it. He's a welder for a living, so I'm just gonna have him weld it. He'll do a better job than me. So alright, so here it is. Got this piece in there. Took quite a while, but it's all notched and straight. So I didn't have any magnets or anything, so I just kind of pulled the tape real tight, got it pretty close. And this one I just got some magnets holding it in. So I'm going to go ahead and lay a tack on each side and then tack each one of these, and then that'll be good to go for my buddy to weld in. Alright, so actually there's another bar that I wanted to add in here, and it's from this strut tower to the other one. Just one bar basically starting right about here and over. Yeah, I definitely want to have that bar in there, so I might as well go ahead and get started working on this because I want to get this car painted soon. So this metal here is pretty thin, so I'm going to go ahead and weld a thicker piece of metal just in this little section, just kind of like a rectangle here. So first thing, I got to clean off this paint and then cut a small piece of metal out. Alright, so I've got all of this cleaned up, ready to be welded, and I've got this little plate here cut out. Got to ground down on the edges a little bit, and then it's just going to sit on this here. So you can see there's a little bit of a gap there, but I'm going to tack it in at the top and bottom and then just hammer it over. So shouldn't be too bad. Let's go ahead and get it tacked in. Alright, so here they are welded in. I'm going to go ahead and grind down the welds a little bit and start getting the pipe fitted. Alright, so a little update here. I got the pipe cut and fitted into the location. Yeah, I mean, it took a little bit, just had to shave a little angle off of it. There's a little bit of a gap here at the top, but that's no problem to fill, not too big of a gap. Everything else is pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and tack it there at the bottom, and it'll be ready to be welded fully. Alright, so today's the day. The cage is gonna be welded up and hopefully put in the car. So my buddy's gonna weld it up and show you the process. Alright, I don't know how long this video is going to be when it's all put together. Hopefully not too long, but this video has probably been over about 3 weeks span, 4 weeks maybe. Trying to get this roll cage put in, and guess what? It's finally in. Super happy about it. The welds look really nice. He was able to get in all the tight areas back in there, which I could not have done. So I mean, also inside of that area there, just super tight fit. I don't know how other people do it on their Datsuns. It's not easy though. But she is welded in, got everything all in there. She's sound. You know, it only took about 2 hours maybe, and that was, I mean, pretty quick. But there she is. Try and get a little bit of close-ups. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit, and then it'll be painted. So there it is, guys. Big milestone in the build. Finally got the roll cage put in. now it's on to new things. Hopefully we're about to get this this car prepped for some primer. And man, it's just gonna look so much better once it's in primer and not this gray metal, shiny metal, black, rust, all these colors put together. It's gonna look so good when it's primed. So I'm gonna end the video. Hopefully it's not too long, but thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.